Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 26. If you're coming back to watch me again, thank you for choosing to spend some time with me again. I appreciate it so much. And if you're new to this channel, I hope you stick around and like what you see. Like, subscribe, and do all the things. Comment, interact with me. I love this community, and that's why I do this. So let's get in. I'm going to talk to you about my updates. First off, Sunday I had a stitching meetup again. It was a much smaller group this time, but very cool. Sue and Len, we had a great time just hanging out. I had to bail a little bit early for kid duties, but it is what it is. We still got together, and it was beautiful weather. So I also want to recognize the 911 Stitcher gave me a shout out. Thank you. And her Deuce and Monkey sent some love to my Gabby. So if I can at the end, I may show Gabby. I've shown her just in snapshots, but we'll see if she can come in here and not knock my camera down. Anyway, so other updates, we'll dig into the stitching, but if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been doing the March Madness where the community is helping me decide what moves on in the brackets. That's been a lot of fun, and I'll go through that with my projects. And then also doing the hashtag common threaded stitcher, to where you just get to know different needle workers and you connect, and it's really kind of cool. So if you're not doing that, I highly suggest you go check it out. I mean, like yesterday was what your favorite snack is. Today is what's your latest haul. So it's just a little, either you can add a picture or just give your details in your post. So pretty cool. So that's it for like updates. I have 0 finishes this week and 0 FFOs. I worked 6 days last week, and then Sunday was my stitching meet, so yeah, I just didn't pull anything out to fully finish. So then I have, past finishes. I want to share with you a couple past finishes. You have seen these on the channel before, but I like to do bring out past finishes and show you. These are like on display in my house right now, with it being the beginning of spring, because we did that whole go forward, and yep, yeah, I was tired all day Sunday. It messed with me. But so March, you've seen this celebration of life by Hands On Design. This is how I display them. I just pop them in and out, and I enjoy it. So that's to kick off March. This is an oldie but goodie. Spring. This one is a shepherd's bush, and it's an oldie. I don't think I have a date on here. Nope. I feel like it was 2000 and, oh, it's old. 2005. I wish I would have put a date on here. See, that's the advantage. Oh, wait. It is 2006. I found it. I hid the date right there. See, I even hide them from myself, and I can't find them sometimes. Anyway, so that's that. That was some past finishes to share with you, and how I mount them and display them in the house. So we're going to get into what I've stitched this week, and it is a lot because of the March Madness, and I got a couple starts. So how the March Madness works is I didn't bring it in here with me. It's brackets. I'm doing it based on Steel City Stitchers bracket. I stitch one piece like today and one piece tomorrow, and then I put they challenge each other on who's going to advance to the next one. Just like any sporting kind of thing, but in case you aren't a sports person, I wanted to explain. So first off, this is not March Madness stuff. This is my daily 30-minute stitch. Live simply. I stitched this on a 25 count Lugana Heritage, and this is where I am. I put all the windows in and boxed in the house. So I am super excited about that. It's not as intimidating once I get that box in there. And now I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do a thread and then do a thread somewhere else, so that I'm getting some of the little things done at the same time. I don't know. I haven't decided. It's working for me, so maybe I should just keep doing what it's doing. The next one here is my One Nation Bygone Stitches. Doing a sale on this. Join in if you got this chart. I do, you hear me say this every week, 1 star, 1 state a week. I did a little bit more on it this week. I did some of like the outlining work just to get ahead. So this is stitched on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And, oh, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my pile. Helping me. This gets harder and harder to show you because it's so I got the New York was my state this week, and I got another star, but see, I did the outlining of some extras here, and I started into the red stripe there. So I'm super loving this. I get all kinds of good compliments about it. People love this chart. I get on here, I get all kinds of comments and messages, so I'm glad people are enjoying it. I did have one question a while ago, and I did answer in comments, but cranberry is the red choice that I used. I actually took, this was not the called for fabric, so I took it in and did a floss toss, and cranberry is the one that me and my sister decided we liked. So another sal is the Suffrage Act. I'm doing this along with Stitching with the Sisterlies. I went blank for a second. So this is 32 count Sand Castle Joblin, and this is where I am. So on some of my parts that I stitch, I just do a little bit, like literally all I did was knock out this blue, and then I put it away. This has got, they say we have until November to finish this, which I could knock this out super fast, but I'm enjoying the stitching it and hashtagging and being part of that group. So I'm just doing little bits, and I'll stretch it out as per se as long as I can. But that's where I got on that this week. This next one I'm having so much fun with. It is almost crazy because, yeah. The Owl Forest embroidery, Home Sweet Home. It's stitched on their paper, it's stitched on their 32 count Belfast that came in it. That I put some coffee dyed. This is hard to gather from these charts. These are like, it's not faded, it's just printed light from the company for the cover page. But I got my little lady done, and I'm starting to do the leaves and the flowers around her. When I get those flowers done, I'm gonna ask you guys what they are. I love peonies, but I have a feeling that's not what they're representing, but we'll see. Can you see the variegation in the screen? So the threads came with this kit, and I love them. Like, I love them. I don't know if Owl Forest sells their threads. Well, I don't know what their numbered are. So if you've never seen an Owl Forest, I'm gonna dig in here real quick, make a little tiny bit of noise. If you've never seen, and I know lots of floss tubers talk about this, but Owl Forest, like, see this green? See the V? That's the symbol on the chart. So I have no idea what this fiber is. But, and hopefully, I've never stitched an Owl Forest before with their kit, so hopefully there's plenty of thread. Hopefully there's no shortage, because I can't just go get in the pile, can I? All right, so I got this one out and stitched on it just a little bit, and I'll explain to you why, because it's a super little bit, and I usually hold this off for the 25th of the month, which I will stitch this again on the 25th, but so what I'm talking about is my Christmas list, and it's stitched on 32 count Silver Weaver Winter Blizzard Opalesque that I coffee tea dyed because I wanted it to be like a dirtier look. So all I did was the red here, I spelled turkey and did a couple reds up there. The reason I pulled this out is because I had been struggling. The car is blue, and I know you probably can barely see that. The car is blue. I did not want it to be blue. For one, I'm a car lover of maroon. So I believe I found a Velcro, sorry, noise. I believe that I'm not gonna find it for you. I'll share it with you when I stitch it. Sorry, I don't want to. Oh, I found it. I am going to stitch it, the car, Manor Red. Well, I don't want just the car to be Manor Red. So I went through and picked out other things along in here that I'm going to incorporate this color in so that it's not like weird that it's just in one spot. But that had been strongly on me. So while I had it out, I was like, let me put a few stitches in there. But you'll see this again later in the month because, like I said, it is my Christmas stitch. This next one, I have told you, it's a love-hate relationship, and I am officially loving it. Cloud Factory, The Grimm Fairy Tale. There have been 3 parts released. I am completely far behind, but that's okay. I'm stitching this on Sea Glass by Be Stitch Me. It's an 18 count. This is where I am. I can officially tell you that I'm starting to love it. I think I was just struggling with the start. I don't know. Here's what, this sounds so silly, but it's just me. I think why I was struggling with this is because I don't know this fairy tale. I read it because that's one of the cool things about this stitch along is as the part gets released, they tell you the story, which is super cute. So of course I'm learning something as I'm going, but yeah. So anyway, I looked this up because it's a landmark in Bremen, Germany, and there's actually a bronze statue of these animals, and this wasn't in the story, but when I did a little more research on it, it tells you that visitors come and on the statue it's bronze, and you know bronze turns that like dirty greenish look. Well, the legs on the donkey on the statue are shiny because it is a tradition over there that if you rub the donkey's front legs, it'll bring you good luck. So see, I tell everyone, I try to learn one new thing a day. And then of course at work I tell them, when I learn that one new thing at work, I'm like, all right, I'm done for the day. That's not true. All right, this is my Snowflower Diaries. This is as much as I can show you on that without the chart. So this is what I am. Oh, this is the beginning of March Madness. So this one went up against my next one, and then I'll tell you the winner. This is where I am on it. This is my monthly one that I do once a week, or once a month. So yeah, so this March is competing with, and I left this in the package, but is competing with Drawn Threads Spot of Spring. And this is only how far I got, which was a start. These two went against each other, and the winner was March. This is the one that advanced. So we will see. I will show you now where March is going against. I'm gonna try to keep these in order. So that was 2 days and March won. And now we moved on to the next bracket, and it was, Chock Full by Hands On Design, stitched on 28 count Echo. This upside down is where I got to. Again, you guys know I was having problems with this fabric, but I don't, you know, it's funny when you try to figure out like, why is it a pain? The fabric is kind of a pain, but I think why I was doing a love-hate with this was I decided to color complete, and that's not a normal thing of mine. So this was a lot for me to like focus on all the time. And sometimes I need that fill-in, non-thinking, and I hadn't gotten to that point on this pattern yet, so it was kind of irritating. So Chock Full went up against Spot of Summer. And Spot of Summer's start is so pathetic that I will have to actually look. This is it. And the reason was I didn't have it all kitted up, and that was the only fiber I had with me the day that I was supposed to stitch on this. So it was bad planning on my part. But the competition between those two led to the winner being Chock Full. So now Chock Full is going up against March. So there's that. I gotta move this over there, sorry. The next bracket is Hands On Design. You see a pattern here? I'm I'm a diehard lover of hands-on design. Pumpkin Spice Farm. It is stitched on a mystery even weave that IT Coffee dyed. And this is where she is. All I did was add the purple. And the competition for Pumpkin Spice Farm was Dream Big by Country Cottage Needle. And that one is stitched on a tea coffee dye, a mystery one again that IT Coffee dyed. And this is where this baby got to. And the winner of these two was Pumpkin Spice. So this one moves on. The next bracket, last bracket for the first round, is Glory B. BYOB on 28 count Legacy. This is a beautiful piece. This is where I am. I actually, for this part, I started here. So bring these, the B is stitched normal and the ring is stitched 1/1. So whew, it was late at night when I jumped into that one. So that was, whew, that's all I can say, whew. So those two, nope. BYOB is in competition with Acceptance by Bendy Stitchy. Now, Acceptance is stitched on 16 count Ada Granite by Be Stitch Me. And it's a border connect, you know me. Oh, get all this hot mess out so you can see the border. This border gave me a little bit of trouble. I had to 3 times. It didn't match up. But I persevered because I'm a crazy person. And I would just show you a cheat. So like, this is a perfect thing like this. I actually wrote an arrow to let me know what way's up, even though like I can technically probably do it almost, well, upside down, but I had to do that. So those two were in competition. And for the last bracket, BYOB is moving on to challenge Pumpkin Spice. So if you want in on those brackets, go over to my Instagram. That's how I post it in my story, to where you can just click like there's a poll. And then I also put a post in my actual feed, and I tally those. So every one of those were super close. They were like 58 to 42. I mean, it was like none of them were a landslide. So it'll be kind of cool. So those were tight races. And for me, I think it's been fun to do that. A little hectic because I was stitching more projects in a day than I usually would, but oh well. So my next section, that's it with the stitching stuff. My next section is haul. I do have some haul, even though I was really like, no haul, Janet, market's coming up. You want some stuff. I'm not going to do any market days at any local stores. My local L&S doesn't even go to market, so so there's that. And then the closest one was 2 hours away, and I work every day this week, so it just wasn't in the cards for me. There's a car full of us that are planning to get down to Keep Stitching toward the end of this month. So hopefully I can get some market haul then. But haul that I get every time it comes out, my local needlework has me on, like when they finally can get this from probably Hoffman's, I don't really know, because it's a while. You guys all see them all over Facebook, all over Insta, all over Flosstube before I even get the call that it's in. But I'm not like jumping on doing this. But anyway, Hip Hop Chock full. That's from my local store. I placed an order from Blood23. Do I need any? I don't know. Sometimes things sit in my cart for so long and then I'm like, okay, let's just do this. I needed a couple things of the tea coffee, or the tea dyed Monaco for those monthlies. I didn't have enough, so yeah. So anyway, these were some that had been lingering that I'd wanted, so let's just go through them. Festive Little Fobs with the little animals by Heartstring Samplery. This is my first little fob thing like that. I mentioned this before, the Madame Chantilly's I don't know what this is called, but it's the little hedgehog guys. I won't stitch it like that. I will stitch it each individual, and probably, if I remember, if not, I'll come back and look at this, but probably won't. I'll probably make little pillows because, I don't know, it just calls to that for me. This one, I watch all kinds of floss tubers, Instagram people stitch this, and finally I asked one of them, and I don't remember who I asked, so if it's you, thank you. It's just me, I'm scatterbrained. Heartstring Samplers, Coffee Quaker. So I absolutely love this, but I'm not a coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker. So I I just was like, eh. And so I asked someone, I was looking at it, I was like, can I spell tea? And it didn't have an A. So they're like, yeah, she includes the alphabet. You can change it to whatever you want. And I was like, oh, I must have. So I must have. This is the last in the series for hands-on designs come the spring. I don't know how I'm going to finish them. I haven't started any. I'm a person, for whatever reason, I have to have all of them before I start them, usually. I'm not going to say that's always, but usually. I'm weird about that with book series too. Like for my first anniversary, my husband got me a book, and I realized it was like the second in a series. I couldn't read that. I had to go find the other one. All right, Nora Corbett, Dewdrops. This is the first chart that I've had that's been like this from a Nora Corbett, so that was kind of interesting for me. But she just looked really cute and probably would be a quick stitch. I didn't look at her measurements, but I feel like she would be a quick stitch. And I still didn't look. 5 by 11. Gabby, stop. Jingle, jingle, sorry. I get so used to it, I don't even think about when I'm recording, but that's probably annoying. She did that too last time, didn't she? Last one is Blackbird Designs, The Long and Winding Road. I just love this piece. I would like to finish it like on something like that, like they did. Well, it's up here, the big one. So, yeah. And that's it. That's all my haul. Oh, that's all my haul that I purchased. Well, at my Stitchy meetup, Sue had gone through and purged some of her stitching, and she brought it in and offered it to us. First, this one she just gave straight up to me because I am a hands-on design addict. So I love those little houses. I love those flowers. This is one that you can buy on Hands On Designs website. It's like handsondesigns.biz. So she has some on there that aren't in other places. This next one, I'm in love with, but I'm kind of confused. So, and I told her this. I've been wanting this Prairie School sampler for a while. It's a seasons, so I would stitch them all separate, and it would be super cute. Well, this is from the Better Homes and Gardens Book Club, and when you look on it, it's copyrighted from 1989. So yes, this has been re-released, I believe, but it actually came in a pack, but it doesn't tell you what these colors are, to where if you screw up. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to dig a little bit or find some loving person that would send me the just the color key, not the whole, not take a picture of their chart, just take a picture of their color key, so that I won't have anxiety about messing up the colors, because I would. We'll see. So hopefully I can do this one. And hopefully, I don't know. If not, hopefully there's enough. They sent plenty, so if you screw up. But the last one in the pile that I grabbed was Birds of a Feather, a very fine sampler. Those flowers are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not a big sampler person, or I've not been. And I've told people on here before, I struggle with putting somebody else's date. I still think my kids would be like, why is some kid that's 10 years old from blah, 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 why is there a picture hanging on our wall? But anyway, I grabbed this. It was super cute. And that's it. that really is all my haul. Yeah. So that moves us on to the last section, which is plans. So my plans are to, again, Common Threaded Stitcher. I'm answering those questions every day on Instagram. And the March Madness 2020 with Steel City Stitchers. I've got three. It went from 8 to 4. So 4 of them are doing their thing this week. 2 of them are going to be in competition, and then it goes down to 1. So, and the deal is that you'll finish. Now, some of these get so cute that I may still work on them anyway. And then, like, if they didn't win, that doesn't mean I won't stitch on them. But the point is that the community is helping me figure out which one is going all the way to the finish, just like in basketball games. So I also have doing really good with my acrostic for the month of March. It's crazy. Today's like the 10th, and I have busted through all but 2 of them, I think. So yeah, I must be a stitching maniac the first week of the month. That was a lot of stitching, so I just probably got lucky. So in that, still on my acrostic, Cinnamon Stars still to come out, and I have a new start, Maps of Hawk Run Hollow, that I'm going to be doing with Fresh Coast Stitcher. She's already started hers, and I'm just jumping in, and it's interesting. She's actually working on the bird side, and I'm going to start on the opposite side just because I start left. If I don't start in the center, if I'm not forced to start in the center, then I start top left. Probably because I stitch in hand, so it just works for me for the left to right stitching. So yeah. So that's kind of it. Just it's doing my daily stitching, and like before I see you next, even though my BYOB is here, if it doesn't win in the competition, I stitch on that on the 13th. If it wins and I for some crazy reason finish, I'll get out one of my other Halloweens. So yeah. So that's all I got. So I'm gonna tell you, get out there and stitch. Like, spring is coming. Today's like gloomy, but it's been amazing. I'm a fair weather walker, and we've had some really nice weather here to where I go out and walk. And I was not recording last year when my puppy German Shepherd was put into training, and it was, I was a bad mom. Like, they take my dog for like 5 weeks and I don't see it. So I would constantly be texting him and saying, can I see a picture? Can I see a picture? But anyway, she's the first dog in my life that I can walk, and she doesn't pull on me. She knows certain commands, and it's amazing. So when her and I go out on our walks, I run her through, like they say they're super smart and you can't just like walk. So I walk so far, and then I make her run through some commands, and I change it up. I'm trying to be, I ran walk a 5K for my 5th anniversary with my husband. So every once in a while when I'm walking, I like, all right, I feel like I can jog to that tree or to that fire hydrant. So she stays pace with me. She's trained to do that. So I know this is a little family thing, but the other thing is I have a black lab who has never been interested in walking. She pulls on me. Well, she's like a jealous dog now. So I took them out together. I'm going to post a picture of that here. I was shockingly surprised because they want to be together. So the black lab did what the German Shepherd did, and then there was no pulling on me. So it was fun to get both of them out for a walk. I can't do that to where I could do the running and training, so it won't be every day, but whatever. It's spring, get out and walk. I'm enjoying the weather. So if you can, enjoy the weather. I am going to call my girl over here right now. In case the camera goes crazy, I'm going to cut this off. So before I call her over to you, I do want to tell you, keep stitching. I'm going to be stitching like wild. Enjoy life right now. Don't be freaked out with everything that's going on. It's hard not to, but just wash your hands. That's what they keep saying. Just wash your hands. So with that, I'm going to send you much love. I'm going to call my girl over and see if this is a hot mess. All right. Gabby, come. She's coming. Come here, baby girl. Come up to mommy. Come up to mommy. Look. Okay. Hey, hey. Okay, look at the camera. Gabby, come up here. Get up here. Get up here. Sorry. Gabby, get up here. Get up here. Look, this is my baby girl, Gabby. Oh, be careful. Be careful. Okay, Ellie, come up here. Come up here, Ellie. This is my, oh, it's a hot mess. This is my black lab. Ellie, look at the, this is my black lab. And you've seen my Opie dope. Oh, sorry, it's making a mess of the camera. Opie, come here. Opie's not gonna make an appearance. Reaching for my thing. Okay, girls, you can go back. All right, love you. Bye.